Welcome back to Regen Rovers Recap, where today I will be reviewing our 11th season, where we managed to successfully navigate our way to Championship survival. Just a couple of things to say before I crack on with this. Firstly, I'm currently on holiday, so the next video, the next episode of Regen Rovers, which will be episode 101, probably won't be out for a few days. And I've had to record this prior to me leaving, of course, so I don't actually have time to do a Goal of the Season feature in today's video. I'm sorry about that, so no Goal of the Season award this year. But you can vote in the Player of the Season polls, which will be on Twitter. I'll try and find some time whilst I'm away to stick those polls up. So head over to Regen Rovers Twitter to vote in those polls. So, as you can see, it was a successful season. We were predicted to finish bottom, and we finished 18th, 51 points, 13 wins, 12 draws, 21 defeats, minus 25 goal difference. Doesn't look pretty in that regard, but, you know, it was to be expected. We had the second worst defence, but attacking-wise, not too bad looking at that. We will have a look. I'm going to continue until the end of the playoffs to see who goes up via the Championship playoffs. The pretty amazing thing, one of the most amazing things, is Mark Ball. 23 goals this season, top goal scorer in the Championship, 25 in all competitions. What a player this guy has been for the club. I kind of wish he was slightly younger because he could play for us for the next... He still might play for us for the next decade, I suppose. But he is 26. He's in his prime and he's banging in the goals. And surely he's going to pick up Player of the Season award for the fourth time in a row. He is truly sensational. He's journeyed up with us from League 2, the first season in League 2, he scored 26 goals in all competitions. He then scored 34. Last year, he scored 37 goals in all competitions, 29 in League 1. And this year, 25 goals, 23 in the Championship. Truly sensational stuff from our hero. I don't think he's a club legend yet. Still on the icons list with Higgins and Assini. What's happened to Higgins? Let's have a quick look. He has retired. He's retired from football. Agu's on the favoured personnel list. So we'll start off by having a quick look once again at the statistics. I'll just quickly whiz through. You can see the most appearances was Mark Ball with Okoro second. We did see Glenn Martin appear in the cup competitions, which is why Okoro hasn't managed to top that appearance list for probably like the fourth season in a row, it would be. Yeah, he's managed to get 3 in a row. Goals-wise, Mark Ball top, Ryan Curtis second, slightly disappointing second half of the season for him, and Grant Hunt third. He actually got 9 last year, so he's beaten last year's tally. And assists-wise, Mark Ball top of that as well. Ryan Curtis second. Stuart Cochrane, our new signing last summer, managed to finish third. He's actually improved quite a lot this season, which is very pleasing. Average rating-wise, ignore Gus Arus at the top. He only played 3 matches. He played very well in those 3 matches. Maybe I should have played him a bit more. Mark Ball top, though. No surprises there. If we look at players that made over 10 appearances, it's then Wes Honour, and then it's one of our own, Perry Miles, legend. Let's have a look at the awards then, according to the game. So the best overall 11, there's still a couple strange additions in there. I think Elliot Averson being in there, maybe a little bit odd. I don't know. It's gone with the 4-3-3, which is a formation we used for a long time, of course. Rob Halliday in there. Assini should really be in there, but I've discussed this before because he's not a natural left back. It doesn't seem to want to put him there. Okoro, this is slightly wrong. I've calculated he's made 499 appearances for the club. He is so close to that 500. He's going to stay. He has to stay. I'm pretty sure his contract is still running for at least another season. So even if he's not our number one next year, which is something I do need to discuss and evaluate, he will still be, he'll make an appearance at least, and he'll get that elusive 500th next season, at the start of next season. The best 11 for this year is this. No surprises, Okoro in goal, of course. Passmore Blackman, our new left-back signing in January, and there Lucas Long and Dix as the 2 centre-backs. Stevenson in defensive midfield, Patanama, Flanagan and Cochrane, with Mark Ball and Ryan Curtis up front. So, where are they now? What season is this looking at? Oh, it's just looking at the overall best 11. Ken Norman, for example, he's playing for Loughborough. I've been to Loughborough. I went to a university open day in Loughborough. That would have been 2009 or 10, I suppose. Luke Mooney as well. He's still playing for Bideford. Moved down a free. Is it Bideford? Might be. I think it's Bideford. I think someone's corrected me on that before. Elliot Averson playing for Wimborne Town. Been there a couple seasons now. Wayne Burns playing for Dunstable Town. I mean, National League North. Considering he rejected a contract with us to stay in Championship football, he's ended up finally finding a club and only making 6 appearances for them. It's just bizarre. Why did he reject the opportunity to play in the Championship to go down to the National League North? It doesn't make any sense. Raphael Godwin's still at Peterborough North Star, by the way. And I think everyone else is retired. So, the end of season awards. Mark Ball has picked up this award for the 4th season in a row. He has picked this up every single season he has been at the club. Quite remarkable. Ryan Curtis has finished second for the 3rd season in a row. He's finished second every single season he's been at the club. And David Okoro, he's got a bit of attention here, which is good, because he's finished 3rd twice before, in fact. So this is his 3rd time finishing 3rd, but he's still not on the favoured personnel or icons list. Some people have said I should use the editor to do that. I'm reluctant to use the editor on this, because I haven't used it, and I kind of feel slightly bad. I'm hoping that it will just add him naturally the more he plays, but I don't know what he needs to do to get onto that list. It's pretty irritating, really. Dickie Strutton goal of the season, I think I know what one that is. Young player of the season, still Ryan Curtis is available for that award. Signing of the season, Elliot Dix. So the fans must be fairly happy with him there. Look at Mark Ball dominating everything, really. Let's have a look at Dickie Strutton's goal of the season then, according to the game. I'm not really sure you can argue with this. Well, to be fair, Perry Miles has scored 2 beautiful goals, hasn't he? Just in the last episode, in fact. So if I was to do a goal of the season award, it would have been quite interesting to see who won that. But it was a cracking free kick from Dickie Strutton. These are the records. So Mark Ball is our all-time top goal scorer, but he's also the all-time league goal scorer, as you can see there. Our highest transfer fee is updated to being Howard Flanagan, 238k. Didn't really live up to it, but he's started to play a bit better now that we've changed to 4-4-2. So hopefully next season he'll push on. Most league appearances, David Okoro, no surprises there. In fact, I will pull up the spreadsheet right now, because I think it's a perfect time to show it off. So this one, let's look at the first one. The first one is the player list. So we've had 242 different players at the club, not necessarily play for the club, but at the club in the 11 seasons of this series. These are the stats. So obviously 18th in the Championship, all the green ones are when we got promoted. Next season, what is the aim? I think we just need to establish ourselves in the Championship. I don't think, realistically, we're not going to be challenging for the playoffs. We need a lot more money, a lot better players to come into the club to do that. Unless we can pull off a tactical miracle, of course, which is possible. We've seen it before. Let's look at most appearances first. So Okoro, he's one off that 500. Perry Miles is next. Agu and Assini on 347 each. It's great to see Sean Walker hit 300 after 3 appearances in the Hampshire Senior Cup this season. Then there's a bit of a jump down to Owusu. Didn't feature a huge amount this season. Plenty of players have made over 200 appearances for the club now. 13 players, in fact. Toby Brazil up there in 15th. He's been at the club a few years, hasn't he? We've also got Mark Ball, over 200 now, with his 4 seasons at the club. Ryan Curtis, 3 seasons, 142 appearances. Likewise with Grant Hunt, 3 seasons. So every single player that has appeared 100 times for the club is on this list. Lucas Long, a new addition as well. Top goal scorers. We've got a couple new additions, I think. Was it just one? No, we do. We've got 2. Grant Hunt and Perry Miles have now scored over 20 goals for the club, so they have moved onto that list. But Mark Ball is the headline there. He's top now. 122 goals for the club in all competitions, with Agu 3 behind him now. Paul McCann's still 3rd. Ryan Curtis has moved up to 4th, though. He has been excellent, hasn't he? He's been a really good player for us. But next season, we might need to improve upon him. Decisions have to be made, and they might be a bit harsh. I mean, looking at the team, Mark Ball is obviously our standout player, but the likes of Grant Hunt and Ryan Curtis, I don't know. I think Ryan Curtis could be the 3rd choice. If we stick with 2 up front, that is. We've changed to 4-4-2. I'm starting to think maybe we need a defensive midfielder in there, play 1 up front. Or is that just it's just not the Regen Rovers way, I don't think, only having 1 up front. I need to make a decision on that. I could play a more defensive-minded central midfielder and put Alan Stevenson in there. I just need to have a think, really, as to what the best thing to do is. Let's just have a quick look at the statistics in the Championship Oh, I've just realised Howard Flanagan covered the most distance. We had 3 players covering the most distance. Flanagan, Patinama and Cochrane. Per 90 minutes, that is, of course. Yellow cards, though. Howard Flanagan at the top as well, with 14 yellow cards this season. Cochrane on that list too. There's Mark Ball. Average minutes per goal. He's second for average minutes per goal. It's impressive. Number of shots. 10th highest number of the shots, but most goals. Shots on target, 7th best, with Ryan Curtis 9th. There's the shot on target percentage. Ryan Curtis actually has a really impressive shots on target percentage, doesn't he? Conversion rate, Mark Ball up there. I don't think we're going to feature in the defensive ones. Oh, there's Alan Stevenson. I suppose actually we will, because we're doing a lot of defending. So Blackman and Dix on key tackles. Key headers, Elliot Dix down there. Ah, interesting. David Okoro, 10th highest number of clean sheets. So although he conceded a lot of goals this year, he pulled off some good saves. Look, highest number of saves held. So there's an argument. I'm being a bit harsh on Okoro. Yes, he's made some mistakes this year, but you have to consider there's a lot more shots raining down on him in the Championship compared to League 1 and League 2. Yes, we weren't necessarily the best defensively at stopping shots raining down on Okoro in League 1 and 2. We're all about attacking, really. But there's certainly been more strikes on his goal this year, and he has made the most saves. We can't be too harsh, can we? 3rd highest number of parries, 180 saves held as well. He's done well. He has. It's his lowest average rating since his last that first season, where he only played 5 games at the end of the season. But we got to be proud of him. He's got 12 clean sheets at this level, and the number of saves he has made is special. It could be... Oh, he's got injured. I didn't realise that. I think it'd be harsh to drop him. Huge news, by the way. Plumbing Park is being expanded. It's going to have a 9,054 capacity by the time it's been finished. It's going to be finished in December. Unfortunately, it does mean, although we will be playing at Plumbing Park, we'll have the stands being reduced for those months. So we will have less money coming in for the first half of the season, but second half of the season, if we can fill it, we'll have more money coming in. And long term, we need to do this. And it is costing a lot of money, but we're getting £1.5 billion grant from the authorities. Maybe Winchester City Council, something like that. Not entirely sure. We're in a good financial position because, most recent news, £4.82 million for participating in the Championship. So, I don't think we actually need to take out a loan for that stadium expansion. We should just be able to pay for it, hopefully. Because look at all this money coming in. Lots of expenditure, ground maintenance at the end of the season. That's a hell of a lot to spend on ground maintenance. But we got to think about the long term. It's going to be brilliant, isn't it? Let's just check. I just want to check if the Legends status has been updated. No, Mark Ball, Higgins, Ixini and Agu, the only players. I'm still a legend, as you can see there. Facilities wise, 6,004. Currently reduced by 546. It's not a huge amount of seated. Like if we go to the Premier League, I think it has to be all seated, doesn't it? That's for sure. We're adding 2,504 seats. I thought our stadium was all seated, but it's not. By the way, I imagine Winchester City are still playing here. Yes, they are still playing in our stadium, ruining the pitch with their non-league football. I can't be too harsh. We were non-league not that long ago. Let's just have a quick look at the English leagues then and the cup competition. So Arsenal have managed to win the Premier League this year. Next year we're going to be facing off against Middlesbrough, Southampton and Cardiff, who have been relegated. Championship wise then, of course, we saw Watford and Palace go up. Leeds managed to beat Walsall in the playoffs, so the 6th place team go up, which is probably good news for us because Leeds are probably the more powerful team. It's a shame for Walsall, but maybe next year they won't have quite such a fantastic season. They might be more mid-table towards the bottom. We shall see. Luton, Norwich and Swansea relegated. Coming up from League 1, we're going to be facing off against Ipswich, Millwall and Exeter City have gone up via the playoffs. Wimbledon, Oxford, Fleetwood and Wigan relegated. League 2, won by Boreham Wood going up, with Swindon, Doncaster and Southend via the playoffs. Barnet and Cambridge United relegated. National League, Newport County and Stevenage get promoted. Stockport, Morecambe, Sutton United and Hartlepool go down. Going up from the National League North, Halifax and Dunstable. And the National League South, how did Winchester City get on? Hemel Hempstead and Oxford City get promoted. Winchester City just about survived, 6 points clear in the end, but they didn't have such a good season this year. The FA Cup was won by Man City, beating Chelsea in the final. League Cup won by Man City as well, beating Man United in the final. Charity Shield won by Man United against Liverpool. Football League Trophy won by Barnsley, thrashed Exeter City. FA Trophy won by Tranmere. Southern League Cup 5-4 final, cracking game, Rushden and Diamonds winning that. And the Hampshire Senior Cup, of course we managed to win it for the second time. That's the other highlight of this season. I know it's a competition I keep saying we don't really care about anymore, but it's nice to get some more silverware into the club, isn't it? We'll just have a quick look at our competitions. So we've won League 1, we've won League 2, went up via the National League, won National League South, won the National League, the English Southern League Premier South, won the FA Trophy, and we've won the Hampshire Senior Cup twice. So our trophy cabinet's fairly full, I think. So I think we'll end it there. If you're interested in all the other leagues and international competitions, etc., I will do another Revelations video at some point, maybe in a season or two's time. I have said that maybe I would do my best 11 or best 18 Regen Rovers players so far. I might do that before the start of next season when I'm back from my holiday. We'll see. Depends how much time I have. I'm sure you'd rather me just crack on and get episode 101 out for you. It has been a dramatic rise for Regen Rovers. Thank you for watching all 100 episodes. Thank you for those of you that watch the recaps, the Revelations videos, all the extras. You guys are awesome. But until next time, enjoy FM19, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon when I'm back from my holiday.